Well, welcome back again, everyone. Yesterday I reviewed the April cigar of the month for Eddie Ortega's Wild Bunch, Tony the Boss. So I decided today, since I'm a little late getting in April's cigar, we would go ahead and jump ahead to May's cigar. This is the Dandy McCoy, and subtitled The Empire State. This is the fifth in the series. The cigar is 6 by 54, and as you can tell, it's box pressed. Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper, Nicaraguan Viso from Esteli binder. The filler is Nicaraguan from Jalapa and Esteli. I'm getting reports this should run in the mid $8 range. 6 by 54 box press. There is your nice looking density. This cigar is quite shiny, has a little oil to it, and you can easily make out there the triple cap. See them? And here's a better shot. Nice looking cigar. This, you've heard cigars described as looking like a piece of chocolate. Well, this is it. This looks every bit like a piece of chocolate. And I know Eddie loves his Maduros, so this should be a very good cigar, I hope. There's a picture of Dandy McCoy. So let's get right to it. 6 by 54. I'm sure it's going to be good, but we won't know till we start. May's cigar of the month for the Eddie Ortega Wild Bunch series. Okay, again, I really like the way this cigar looks, but they're only made to smoke, so ooh, effortless. There we go, a little bit of an off skew angle. Doesn't matter. Let's see what this boy tastes like. Well, as you can expect, there are a lot of cocoa and coffee notes. The pepper is very intense. I want to pinpoint the type. Red pepper. There are citrus type notes to go along with that cocoa and coffee. The cigar could be quite full-bodied, but right now it's medium. Actually, it feels medium to full right away to me. The finish is a nice sweet cream, and a little lingering pepper is starting to kind of tickle a little bit the back of the tongue. So that's how we're starting, and it's a nice start, and it's very reminiscent of some of Eddie's other Maduros. He tends to blend his a certain way, but oh, it's a nice cream finish. You can really tell it the longer you let it linger. So I'll be back in a minute as soon as something else changes, but the Dandy McCoy is starting out nicely. Well, I'm about an inch in, and didn't take a lot to settle down, but it is very pronounced now. The cocoa is very pronounced, and it has some sweetness to it. The coffee, I would go on a limb and say it's espresso. It's very intense. The pepper is a nice red pepper. I would put it at about a 7. And the finish is really nice. It's a very thick cream. Has sweetness to it. It's not just your ordinary cream. It's very thick. It has a big, broad base to it. And the pepper is lingering a little more nicely now. Very good cocoa notes. I like those a lot. I would still put the cigar, it may have toned down just a touch, but it is definitely medium and approaching medium to full. So that's where we are at about 1 inch, and it did settle down into a very nice cocoa and espresso. So let's see where it goes from there. Well, I'm about 2 inches, maybe a little over 2 inches in, and there are some cedar notes creeping in to infiltrate the cocoa, which is still nice and sweet. Just the slightest touch of richness trying to creep in, but it's not getting traction. The espresso notes have toned down quite a bit. You may just go with calling them straight coffee notes at this point. The finish is unchanged, and it is very pleasing. The cigar is really more medium to full body to me now. So it's making a few changes. We'll see what the cedar does to it, how intense it gets as we go along. But that's where we are, about 2 inches in. Well, the flavors haven't really changed any, but I wanted to come back and show you the burn line. Very close to the band, as you can see. That is just about as perfect of a burn as you will find on any cigar. No touch-ups, no anything. That's just the way it's burning. Flavors are still consistent, and I'll be back to wrap it up here shortly. Well, we're down to the end, so I'm going to wrap it up. Here at the end, there was still continued that nice mix of cocoa and cedar. Had a little sweetness to it. The coffee notes gave it a nice base, and the pepper remained quite good, and I'll continue to say it was a 7 rating. There were also some charred oak notes in the final 2 inches that came into play. The finish remained that nice, long, sweet cream, very thick cream, and some nice lingering pepper. The cigar ended up very close to full-bodied. Many of you would call it full-bodied. I would go ahead and call it full-bodied. It sort of surpassed the medium to full range about the final third. It got very nice and full-bodied. The cigar's been very good. You Maduro lovers should grab these up quickly. This is the first Maduro of the Wild Bunch, and very nice addition by Eddie. I enjoyed this cigar quite a bit. The burn has been amazing. The burn line has been spot on throughout. Nothing else really to say about it. Very good cigar. I'm rating it a 92, and I believe it's probably will fly off shelves once it debuts in May. So there you have it. The Ortega Wild Bunch Dandy McCoy, 92. And I forgot to mention, the burn time was about an hour and a half. So you'll get a nice long smoke out of this.